Krishna, that is one of the most significant verses of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, showing how not to get involved in any sinful karma in one activity to Dharma Yuddha. The verse is Yashana aham krito bhava buddhi yashana aripati. When one's ahamkar, one's own personal ahamkar, ego, and the temperament of personal, individual feelings of anger and hatred, alright, or grudge towards the enemy, all this stuff's not involved. While you are engaged in doing some Dharma Yuddha activity, holy war, in order to protect good against the evil, then whatever killings being done by you in a mechanical way, or in a mechanical way, without your personal negative involvement with that, cannot bind you. Okay? Cannot bind you with any sinful karma. You are simply doing duty for duty's sake. Holy duty. Just like a surgeon doing surgery. Apparently looking so violent act, means is justified by the end. End is to save that life. Although cutting certain parts of our body, okay. Relatively, those parts may complain, created by God. You are not created all. How can we eliminate us? Cut us apart. Answer is that you are not working so fine. What to do? Your time has come, arrived. So you have to take leave now. Okay. My duty to save your whole existence, which you are a part of. So I have to sacrifice the relative interest in order to protect the absolute interest, organic whole. And that is considered virtuous activity. That kind of surgery, activities of operations, activities of surgery considered rather virtuous activity. But if the same activities are done in the wrong way, then it will be sinful. Sinful activities cannot be forgiven. If a surgeon does some wrong operation, which will put the life in danger, more danger, or almost unforgivable offense against the life. So, many things in our life cannot simply be judged by its own formal structure and ways of formal ways of forms, external forms, how it's externally appearing. It must be judged by the purpose behind, by the necessity behind, whether it's proper use or misuse. Same things. While properly used, considered virtuous activities, and the same misuse considered sinful, very harmful. Application making the distinctions. Many things in our life like that. By their own original nature, they are neither good nor bad. Or they are good in their own way, they are bad in their own way. That is being defined according to positive or negative time place situations. How they are getting used, how they are getting implemented. And there are many things in our material life or everywhere in the universe defined to neither good nor bad in our relative human ways. They are what they are. They are to be defined as they are. Okay. But while application starts, applications of those stars in various ways, then they are defined and understood. Positive or negative way, good way or bad way. So, Then Lord Krishna said, Yashvanaham krito bhava buddhi yashvanalipade hatva vishinimal loka nahamtina nivaddhate. Even if you become an instrumental to kill the whole universe, suppose Krishna said, but still you are not involved in any tinge of sinful karma. Because you are simply being instrumental in my hand, in the hand of Mahakala, which is one of my aspects. Okay, so that's the way it is. But maintenance, and creation, maintenance and annihilation. Again, creation, maintenance, annihilation. Again, creation, maintenance, annihilation. That's how whole universal creation is going on. Circular way, cyclic order. And that's the way it is. Okay. So, I just spontaneously felt like saying, yes, please.
I was just wanting to make sure I understand correctly. You started this talk by saying that religion is a proper adjustment, right? And I'm sometimes thinking, what does it mean, proper adjustment? Like mental adjustment, or how you perceive the things? Because we were just there, we were talking with a lady on an airport or on a plane, and she told us that her mother had some accident and broke some leg or something, and then she stopped worshipping God because he allowed this bad thing to happen.
Well,
It was this lady in the plane telling us, and if she would adjust it correctly in devotional way, it would maybe deepen her devotion.
right.
So, am I correct that this phrase of proper adjustment means mental and perceiving adjustment? How I perceive it.
You're very correct. Okay. Adjustment through higher, more efficient mental way, okay. Mental dimension, also spiritual dimension, higher spiritual dimensions, okay, which is also involved with way of perceptions. Okay, because our ways of perception about different things, all our different activities in our life simply changes, okay, when it is done with higher spiritual dynamics. The same perception while done, taking place just in an ordinary, usual, material way, then it's a different thing. Okay, we cannot have that proper adjustment. Guru is using the term proper adjustment. The term proper is very, very meaningful. It means higher attunement with a higher frequency, higher level, higher frequency of adjustment of your life and life feelings. Not just in a limited, relatively material way, what you can just materially perceive, but with the whole picture, like an organic whole. The whole picture, okay, from the absolute view also. Why our ways of adjustment remains limited, only within a certain materially limited relative manners, relative ways. It cannot go beyond. Then it's not proper adjustment.
Everything must go right the way I want. If it goes wrong,
Yes.
something else is responsible.
So wrong way. So, seeing a thing in relation to the whole organic whole. In many places, we find in our life, not in all cases, but in many cases, something happening in someone's life, especially devotees' lives, appears to be curse. But then, still when the devotee goes on, continues with full faith and devotion, ignoring that still having full faith and devotion towards the compassion and kindness, feeling might have some positive purpose happening in my life, although appearing to be cursed. Then I have many times experienced in my life, I am talking from my own experience, that curse, apparent curse, is turning slow but steady into boom. It is creating another opening, positive openings in the devotee's life, which would not happen if that curse, if that apparently negative things would not have happened. That opening, higher opening would not have manifested. See? So we found like, oh, it's kind of sale, like bitter medicine. Okay, bitter medicine. But still, when you continue with faith and great respect, it's a challenge of quality of devotion. Tattenu kampang samkshamana. These verses are not meant for the ordinary conditioned jiva souls, but for some spiritual personalities of little higher levels. The ordinary jiva souls cannot understand. How can I accept all this as mercy of God, compassion of God, when bad things happening? Oh, it doesn't make any sense. Self-contradictory. But the higher spiritualist with some higher experience, higher realizations, higher mystical and more, more matured experience overall, they can understand, oh, it is happening, it has got a purpose. Although it's happening, something negative happening in the form of curse, but it has got some higher purpose, deeper purpose. I have to wait and see how it comes. And they can realize that. Especially when you look into the great lives, when you look into the great lives or the lives of the great devotees, they are in their lifestyle also, a lot of problems and so many obstacles and problems, turmoils appear. But it cannot make or break in their life. They are so well situated, some higher power, higher ability. In the language of Guru, superior ability. Okay. Drawing the ability, discovering it, receiving it from the level of soul and super soul. Also, through their prayers to the Supreme Lord, receiving help, subtle way. Ultimately, they overcome all and become victorious. And they are not imaginary examples, realistic examples, what I am talking about. I am quoting all this from reality, not just some lovely, imaginary talk. Not some fine, nice, beautiful imaginary talks. Just look into the realistic life of many great devotees, high-class devotees. We are supposed to follow in their footsteps. So when we also become faithful, when we become faithful in them, start respectfully following in their footsteps, we have to be ready for having some adventures also. In our spiritual life, in the ways of spiritual advancement, we also should be prepared ahead of time for some adventure. Not thinking everything should be, I have become spiritualist, I have become, lover of God, everything is so sweet and soft and tender, everything is so beautiful, flowers, soft and tender and kind and compassionate, only so everything honey-like. And where is the function of power? Good power, beauty of the power. Forget that side. Now we are humble, so nice and beautiful only. It's not that, it's not the whole concept of our spiritual life. There are 12 rasas. One of the rasas also be rasas. Vira rasa, holy way. See, there is not only Madhurya rasa, there are also other rasas. Radha Krishna Leela. And devotees are also supposed to relate. Relate to the Supreme Lord or relate to their spiritual lives in other rasas. One of the rasas, one of those Bir rasa, other as Vibhatsa rasa, sometimes Karuna rasa. Also included. For enriching our life with experiences, the comparative studies through experiences, not just flowing in one way, only sweet, tender, kind, lovely, beautiful, peaceful way. Then at some point, if everything always flowing in a very sweet, tender, soft, lovely, soft, tender way, then at some point we'll become tired of it. Then we need adventure. It's enough of it. Now I need something more energetic, adventurous. Oh, I have enough of it. You feel tired, just like sleeping. Just always eating sweet and sweet. Then you feel tired of it. You want to taste other ways. So that's how it needs to be viewed. In totality, from the absolute, holistic absolute conception, not just only in a relative, limited relative way. Therefore we find all the 12 rasas, besides only 5 rasas, another 7 rasas. And we also find the existence and activities, another 7 rasas to be promoting, complementing, supplementing 5 main rasas. This is life. We also need experience. Besides having, lovely, happy, tender, compassionate, very sweet ways of experience, we also need experience of adventure. Our life, one of the purposes and meanings of our lives, creation of our lives, is to have various experiences. Through different time, place, situations, through different dynamics, dimensions of time, place, situations. Also through different dimensions of our mental and physical, mental and spiritual temperaments, not only limited only within one dimension. One dynamic of experience and finish. So when we look at all these experiences, more stand of adventure, more holistic, not one limited aspect, but more holistic interest. That all these are organized, arranged in such a way to have comparative studies, comparative experiences of life. Relatively full way instead of relatively limited way, so the relatively, comparatively fuller way, more complete way. Then we understand. Oh, I require. It's not all injustice. These are not injustice. They have got purpose. And now the question may arise, while so much injustice is happening over the innocent people, good people, they are getting killed by the war, by some evil, politically powerful people. But if you dive deep into your considerations, if you really go deeper into the considerations, you will find out it's not that some state way, some injustice happening over the good people. They are all those so-called good people are also responsible, directly or indirect way, to create such war situation. For example, you see, between Israel and the latest one, Israel and what? Gaza or Palestine. Look, those Hamas also getting supported by the local people, Gaza people. The Hamas leaders are great in their eyes. They are supporting. So, in a way, they are also supporting their attack towards Israel. This time, first of all, they attacked first. So, although Then when Israel attacking back, although looking like the innocent people, public getting killed, why did you promote that Hamas organized in the first place? Why do you promote? Like, oh, great killing. If you want to live a peaceful life, continue with dialogues, discussions, other diplomatical ways. So why do you promote some violent nature and violent temperament in the name of nationalism? I am talking it for both, for Israel as well as for the Palestine. Why your nationalism, sense of nationalism, your taking over land forcibly should be given so much priority at the cost of lives? If you really care for the lives of your country people, if you're really kind and caring, so both of you should be stopping your violent activities, your violent planning, taking over everything by force. Okay, try to higher dialogues. Try to continue exchanges of dialogues or diplomatical ways, or rather other ways, creating restrictions, okay, instead of directly attacking and killing. And this is found from both sides, so both sides are wrong. Okay, whoever says, oh, I am defending, I am attacking, but still, they're all involved to create such situation, attacking or defending situations. Both parties are involved to promote attacking or defending situations due to certain concepts of nationalism. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Forgetting that when war will start, our own country people I cannot protect. They'll get killed. Many innocent people who are not directly fighting with arms, they will also get killed. So they should be responsible in the first place. They are leaders. So suppose those people in the Gaza, okay, should also be talking. They should talk to their leader. Don't be starting this battle, then we'll get killed. You'll get killed. Do it in a more intelligent way. We are all human beings, so try in higher ways, through principles, through moral ways, through diplomatical ways, or best, maybe by force, okay, create some restrictions or international discussion, rather than directly attacking. Invoking, it means provoking. You are directly attacking means you also want that you will be attacked back. Then you will attack back. You think you will forcibly take over some land of Israel. And Israel think, now we are going to teach you. This is our opportunity to take over your land now. See? Now back to the point. Why I am discussing all this analytically? Back to the point. So those country people who are looking like innocent, getting killed innocent, they are also responsible behind by supporting those leaders, violent leaders from both sides, I am saying, not one side. So now they are inviting, they are creating a scope, directly or indirectly, those general public, by supporting some violent leaders. And now they are getting killed. They are creating, now they are getting killed and accusing God. What is that? God has not. God is not involved. God has given you intelligence. God has created you as human being with higher intelligence, with this, with the conception, with the feelings of higher principles, higher noble morals and principles, higher human qualifications. God has already endowed you, equipped you, well equipped you with all these intelligence and higher human temperaments, human feelings and qualification, ideals, more everything. But if you, like somebody committing suicide, God is not responsible. You cannot create yourself. How can you kill yourself? Making suicide. Coward. They want to run away from the life in a cowardice way. I mean, except for the very, very exceptional case where I cannot tolerate the pain anymore, just want to get rid of the body, wishful killing. That is a different case. But I'm talking about some other ordinary people common people, something happened, little bit discomfort, sentimental problem, going and committing suicide. They will never get relief by committing suicide. Rather, they are incurring, creating double, triple sinful karma by killing himself or herself, okay, without facing it. So that is the law of karma. There is no compassion on that kind of people who are easily killing himself or herself. No compassion. This in the scripture it is stated, Atmahatta Mahapap. It's a great sin. Killing yourself is a great sin. Okay? Except for the very, very exceptional cases. Okay? So, like that. So these apparently innocent people, both country people, whether on the side of Israel or Palestine, they are not truly innocent. They are supporting the violent, promoting violent leaders. And instead of changing them, pressing them, instead of trying to control them, pressurizing them to do things in a more good way, more human way, nice way, they are supporting, going mad and supporting their revolting temperament. Okay, due to some nationalism. Every country has national character. One country thinks, I am good, he is bad. And the same other country people think, I am good, he is bad. Both are having some national, so-called national feelings at the cost of what? What you will do acquiring land, but you are killing lives, your own people, at the cost of life. So see, so these people are responsible in the first place for their self-destruction. They are creating, they are inviting the trouble to be killed, and now they are accusing God. They are great misconceptions. Has to be clarified. God has given you many good qualities. Equipped you with many good qualities. Kindness, compassion, okay, spirit of accommodations, love and care. If you misuse like committing suicide, if you want to do suicide, you are responsible for that. So when other people, in a simple, so-called ignorantly general way, try to accuse God, why innocent people getting killed, it is also the duty of you all to be explaining to them with the proper lives of wisdom, with the proper analysis. God is rather advising you opposite way you are doing. You follow the Holy Scriptures. When you read and follow all the Holy Scripture, rather Supreme God is advising you, guiding you, instructing you to live your life opposite to what you are doing. And you are not following God's instruction, God's advice in one hand. On the other hand, you are creating your own trouble, and then moreover you are accusing God. This is another gross example of ignorance. Seeing the things, judging the things in the mode of ignorance. Mode of ignorance and passion, not in the mode of wisdom. Proper wisdom. Alright, come to the continue adventure. Resting my katha here.
Never